All right. So
Yeah.
walk me through, how does Stoicism help you get sober?
So people think that rehab, people who haven't been,
Yeah.
is like, I think they have this preconceived notion that there's like this pill they give you, and
Yeah.
suddenly it just all goes away,
Sure.
and you go to rehab and you come out and things are just fine. And what I realized it was for me when I was there, is it's a deep dive into why we make the choices we make and why we're so self-destructive
Yeah.
as human beings. And after you start understanding more about what is kind of triggering you on this journey, the answer to these kind of insecurities is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a structure. And people, it's funny, as I've read more as I get older and the more things I've taught myself, I've realized that a lot of the spiritual practices, or a lot of books that I've read are almost saying the same thing in different ways.
Sure.
Like the theme that I found most important to me is that, for lack of a better word, discipline is destiny.
Yeah.
And that has been my way out of the turbulence in my life back in the day.
Yeah, I think like if anyone's ever been to physical therapy or rehabbed from an injury,
Yeah.
you get the sense that it's like, oh, I'm going to be worked on. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
and I'm going to get massages or
Yes.
this kind of treatment or this
Yeah.
medicine. But really they're like, no, here's the work that you have to
Mm-hmm.
do. Right. And it's the same for, I think, the other forms of rehab. Like you don't go there and then they're like, here are all the secrets
Yeah.
to not drinking or doing this or that anymore. What they're like is, here are the things that you have to do every single day of your life. And the second you stop, like as they say it works if you work it, right? Like if you do that work, then you'll stay sober. If you don't do that work, you won't. And it's really, really hard work. It's like the hardest work because it's on yourself and it's against habits or practices or assumptions you've had your whole life.
Yeah, 100%. It's, I mean, and some people refer to that as the program.
Yes.
Really, it's just your program. It's
Sure.
it's whatever you need to do every day to center yourself.
Yeah.
And to feel grounded. And admittedly, there's days where I'm not as good.
Yeah, sure.
And there's days that I am. And I think one of the things I'm really trying to fine tune right now is how to do this when things that are out of my control are taking me out of my element. Like,
Yes.
I'm not going to be on my farm in Bastrop, or I'm not going to be in my element. I'm going to be traveling and overseas. And I think that is an art in itself, is how to do those basic things that will center you for the rest of the day. Because that's really all the program is, once you've understood what is kind of fueling those self-destructive behaviors.
What, isn't there an acronym for like HALT?
HALT.
Walk me through that.
Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, and then I add thirsty, because I don't know why they don't bring that in too.
Sure.
I'm like, there's times, and basically all that's saying is, this is something I realized. I think whenever you're sitting there and you're going like, man, like I need a vacation.
Yeah.
Like I need to be in Mexico right now, or damn, like I wish my house was bigger. I just wish I was in a bigger house. I find it so funny because I'm like, do you actually want to be in Mexico right now? Or do you like the person you think you're going to be in Mexico right now?
Yes.
And it's the same with that house, right? Like, or do you like the person you've become to be in that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, it's kind of the same theme from your book, is just like, you get what you are.
Yes.
So just be the best version of yourself as possible.
It's funny, in Meditations, there's a passage where Marcus Aurelius is like doing exactly that. He's like, I know you think you want to get away from it all, like in the country or the beach or whatever. And he's like, but actually whatever you need is inside of you right now. He says, like, you can retreat and go on vacation inside your own soul right now. And I think it's true, right? We think, okay, if I can just get away from all these external things, then I won't feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And obviously, sometimes that's what we do. And then sometimes we do like a substance or a thought pattern or whatever as the other version of escape. But what we really just have to deal with is whatever that feeling is. And if you can deal with that feeling and process it and work on it, that's actually a more sustainable and permanent solution to that thing. But I think, to me, one of the things that addiction is like a sort of a proven pattern where whenever you get that feeling, you do that bad thing, that thing you're not supposed to do.
Yes.
And then the relief becomes associated with that feeling,
Yes.
even if it's also destroying your life at the same time.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's your coping mechanism. It is your higher power.
Yeah.
It's what you go to.
Yes.
Right? It's like we fall on our habits, and if that's your habit, you're going to fall on that, right? But I'm so grateful for stoicism in my life, and I think that so many young kids right now, especially people growing up in this world with social media and just being flooded by these self-promoting people.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's any, everybody, has their own life, and I'm not about to judge them, but it's just, if I was a kid growing up and my idols were some of the things that I see now, it's very scary, because I think that it just kind of
we don't understand that it's not real.
Exactly.
That it's a performance.
Yes.
And in some cases, it's literally not real, because there's filters on top of it, and there's editing on top of it. And you don't understand that is not actual life. That is fake life.
The highlight reel of people's life. Or, for some of these business gurus, this is their way of getting you to sign up for something, right?
Yes. You think Andrew Tate or whatever is successful, whatever, but actually his only success is selling you stuff.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of your show Heels, it's like watching professional wrestling and not knowing that it's fake. That it's all scripted, that it's designed to make you feel good about some people, bad about some people, vicariously follow along, stimulate sort of very primal urges, which when it is presented as entertainment, there's absolutely no problem with it.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not. You're following these parenting bloggers and going why am I shitty because my house isn't clean like theirs? And you don't understand that they picked this location that they're shooting from because you can't see what's on the other side of the couch, which is the same mess that's in your house. Or that the house is a rental, or the car is a rental, or whatever.
And I just feel like it's this kind of teaching for people that really is the way out. Because if I could sum up everything that I've read into a few words from you, it's you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Follow this, because I think that everyone is being made to feel like they're not good enough right now. In the world, and through this, you realize that you can do that for yourself. Through these small practices, that this everyday routine, that you don't need validation externally, that this all comes internally, and happiness isn't something to be gotten, it is the way.